Why, hello there. Do you enjoy the thrill of waking up naked inside of a crack house? Well, I sure do. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today in Project Zomboid. My goal? Survive by any means necessary. Whether that means consuming entire bags of uncooked rice or aggressively borrowing items. I'll be starting with nothing. No clothes, no food, just my massive intellect and my totally fair and perfectly balanced set of traits. I'll have to adapt, improvise, and overcome in order to survive through harsh winter temperatures, limited resources, and dangers like zombies and raiders at every turn. Can I make it through 7 days in these conditions? Let's find out.
I woke up in a crack house today, naked and afraid, but hey, 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 swing, shift, jive, will nurse survive, zipping through zombies and high gear dives, cocaine buzz, raiders fuss, in a crack house wondering what the fuck.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched every time you're online? Or hesitate before downloading something, thinking it might be a virus? I've definitely been there. But that all changed when I started using NordVPN. Just last month, while researching for a project, I ended up on a site that seemed sketchy. Thanks to NordVPN's threat protection, it immediately blocked the site, saving me from a potential malware disaster. Not only does NordVPN keep my online activities private, but its threat protection feature also guards against malware, blocks intrusive ads, and stops web trackers. But here's the best part. You can get NordVPN too. Go to nordvpn.com/nurse to get a huge discount, plus an extra 4 months free with every 2-year plan. All you have to do is click my link in the description. You'll be covered by a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it out. So don't miss out. Visit nordvpn.com/nurse and use my promo code to get your special discount on NordVPN today. Starting on day 1, I woke up in a rundown house. Hi, how are ya? I was covered in bandages from head to toe and was starting to freeze. It was the beginning of winter and I was butt-ass naked. With the odds against me, I knew I'd have to rely on my skills and traits to survive. I'm a fire officer with very, balanced stats, trust me. First up, finding a weapon. If a zombie caught me unarmed, I'd be forced to square up in the nude, which was not ideal. Near me was a pile of garbage with a metal pipe. This pipe would help me defend myself and put some distance between me and any attackers. Next, I needed shoes. A cut from stepping on glass could be a death sentence here. Mobility is key, and if you can't run, you're done. I found 2 bodies nearby and looted their shoes and clothes. They wouldn't be needing them anymore. I also snagged a watch from one of them, useful for telling time, setting alarms, checking the temperature, and knowing the date. Wow. Then, I heard gunshots outside. Where this? Ooh. Those are some gunshots. I looked through a broken window, but only saw a burnt-out car and some zombies. Hello? No shooter in sight. I then took down the curtain, tore it up to make a bandana, and styled my hair in a bun for brand awareness. Now dressed, armed, and with shoes on, my next priority was water. I headed to the laundry room and drank from the sink. Afterwards, I took curtains from the living room to make more bandages. Remove curtains. Essential since I was already injured. The kitchen was next. Sour cream, disgusting. The fridge only had rotten food, but I found a bag of rice in a cabinet, which I inhaled. I needed the calories. 2,940 calories. This left me feeling slightly dehydrated and depressed, so I had another sip of water. I have to drink that because I am dehydrated. Searching further, I found a box of cereal and a bag of brown sugar. Cosmo cereal. Inside the cereal box was a dance card, which lifted my spirits in real life. Excellent. I also grabbed a battery from a radio. Always handy. I continued exploring and hit the jackpot with a leather jacket and goth boots in a wardrobe, which meant extra warmth and protection. After searching the house, I decided to head out despite the ongoing Chicago-style ambiance. I don't know what the hell is going on. I explored a shed in the backyard and found an empty bottle on a shelf. Great for carrying liquids like water or gasoline. Next, hopping over to the next house, I encountered my first zombie. How you doing? A few swings with my metal pipe, and it was down. I took a peek inside the house, saw 2 zombies, and managed to take one out before more burst through. The noise attracted even more zombies from around the corner. Uh-oh, I need to get out of here. This place is a little bit crowded for my taste. I was at the front of the house now, and since most of the zombies were in the back, I figured it was safe to go through the front door and keep looting. In another garbage pile, I found an empty bottle. Another empty bottle. Which is perfect since I have the high thirst trait and need a lot of water. Inside a closet, I got pretty lucky and found 2 really good items. Anything in here? A saw. Ooh. A saw, and even better, a big hiking bag. A bag like this is essential for carrying more supplies, including that saw, which I'd need for crafting. Heading into the garage, I dodged 3 zombies banging on the door and found some matches and an empty camping canteen. Hello. Matches, camping canteen. Then, in a bedroom wardrobe, I hit the gold mine. Holy shit. I found an M14 battle rifle, an M14 magazine, a box of ammunition, and a brick of chocolate. I grabbed it all, even with a zombie pounding on the boarded up window nearby. In the kitchen, I found more canned food, another box of cereal, and refilled my bottles at the sink. My inventory was full. Alright, hold on. Let's just put everything away. And I felt overloaded, so I transferred everything to the hiking bag. That's when a zombie snuck up on me. I spun around and beat the shit out of it. After refilling the camping canteen in the laundry room, I left the house through the back door. That's when a horde of zombies spotted me and started coming my way. I had to escape, so I hopped the fence, but more zombies appeared, surrounding me. I ducked into a church to lose the horde, but found more zombies inside. The only option was to loop around the church pews to put distance between us. A lot of things happening in this church. At this point, I had to get back outside because staying was a terrible idea. I fought past zombies and barely made it out to the parking lot where the number of zombies had grown. Jesus Christ. I headed toward a small red car, hoping to find a key or a gas can, but the zombies closed in, forcing me to turn away. There's a lot going on. Surrounded and outnumbered, I walked down the street toward a gated community. At the entrance, I approached a blue van, hoping for a gas can or a key. No gas can, but I grabbed a screwdriver and leather gloves from the trunk. Another zombie attack forced me to move away. I entered a nearby house and closed the door to block the zombies. In the garage, I found a wood axe, perfect for chopping wood, zombies, and people. I explored further, opened a closet, and a zombie jumped me. I managed to push it down and lock it inside the closet. Back in the kitchen, I found more cans of food and refilled my camping canteen at the sink. Suddenly, more zombies forced me to move once again. I exited out the back and hurried to the house next door. As soon as I walked inside, I was met with a crowd of zombies just f***ing standing there. I quickly turned around and bolted out. Knowing they were still on my tail, I dashed into the next house to break their line of sight and make it harder for them to follow. But it felt like every turn I took, a zombie was waiting. To conserve energy, I avoided fighting as much as possible, but sometimes you don't have a choice. I had to take on a zombie blocking my path, and in the struggle, my metal pipe broke. I jumped the fence into another backyard, which thankfully seemed clear of zombies. I crouched low and made my way to the back door and into the kitchen. It was quiet, so I took the chance to eat some food and drink from the sink. While checking the fridge, I found an empty thermos and swapped out the 2 water bottles I had for it, figuring that the thermos and my camping canteen would be enough for water storage. I decided to leave the bottles of water on the counter just in case. As I sneaked through the living room to the front window, a zombie burst through. I managed to curb stomp it and found it was wearing a ghillie suit and other military gear. While I was looting its corpse, I heard footsteps from behind. A raider. I ducked back into the kitchen to lose them, then pulled out my rifle. I confronted the raider, demanding they drop their loot while aiming my rifle at them. They left behind their weapon and some food items, then ran. I continued to secure the house using the lacrosse stick the raider dropped to take down a couple of zombies at the garage door. After refilling my thermos at the sink, eating an apple, and closing the curtains to avoid drawing more attention, I felt a bit safer. Seems safe enough. Next, I scoped out the second floor. Hello? Anybody here? The master bedroom was empty. No zombies were visible from the bathroom window, so it seemed safe for now. In the children's bedroom, I found a gun case. They must be American. Then I checked the neighboring house from the kids' bedroom window, figuring it was good to ensure no one next door would surprise me in my sleep. I grabbed some sleeping tablets from the bathroom. Those are great for forcibly losing consciousness. Checking the backyard through the window, I saw some zombies lingering by the fence. As long as they stayed there, I was good. After munching on some cereal and declaring the house clear, I headed to the next house to check for more zombies or possibly raiders. Hello? Stepping through the front door, I encountered a few zombies just standing there. With my weapon ready, I approached the nearest one and beat the hell out of it. Well, we got some people. The noise attracted others, but I managed to beat them down with my lacrosse stick. I looted a zombified policeman's body, snagging a holster and a bulletproof vest. Ooh, holster. This would come in handy for holstering a gun and preventing myself from being ventilated. After scavenging some magazines from the bookshelves to keep myself busy and possibly learn new skills during downtime. Knowledge. Knowledge. We love knowledge. I found a fresh blunt cigar on one of the zombies. These are great for easing stress and staving off boredom. Stress relief is important. Peeking out the back door, I saw a shed in the backyard and noticed quite a few zombies in the adjacent yard, thankfully separated by a fence. These were probably the ones that had been trailing me earlier. In the laundry room, I stumbled upon a radio with a battery already inside. I turned it on and tuned it to the automated emergency broadcast system to stay updated on the weather and other important events. The kitchen was stocked with food but had no door, posing a security risk. I decided to pack up as much food as I could from the cabinets into my backpack, planning to relocate it to a safer spot. I then grabbed more supplies from the fridge. Heading upstairs, I discovered another hiking bag in a wardrobe. From the window, I could see that the horde across the fence had grown. In the bathroom, I found some painkillers. Painkillers, perfect. Which were going to come in handy when I inevitably hurt myself doing something stupid. I found 2 more backpacks in a closet, so I redistributed my supplies among the new bags, giving me even more carrying capacity. In one of the bedrooms, I came across a Glock and a box of 9mm rounds. Another bedroom yielded a 1911 and another box of ammunition. By 8:10 p.m., I was exhausted. It had been a long day filled with zombie encounters and a raider. My back was aching from all the loot I had hauled like a goblin. It was time to go to bed. With watches on both wrists, I set 2 alarms, one to wake up and one to go to sleep. Then I collapsed into bed, wrapping up my first day. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night. Alright, we've woken up at 3 in the morning, almost 4. I believe it is time to get up now. On day 2, at 3:40 a.m., I woke up in a cold sweat, feeling depressed and hungry. I quickly refilled my camping canteen in the bathroom and formulated a plan for the day. I think the plan for today is look around the neighborhood to see if there's any vehicles of some kind. I peeked outside the kitchen window, but it was still too dark to see much. I opened my map and started marking territories. This area is generally safe. I marked the safe house where I was staying and noted dangerous areas like the church from yesterday to keep track of safe and risky zones. Over there is the danger zone. We don't want to go over there because that is where the bad people are. While I was in my map, a rustling noise caught me off guard. Whoa, 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 whoa. A zombie head burst through the open kitchen window. I quickly dealt with it, stomping on its head several times. Hello, good morning to you too, sir. After spiking my adrenaline, I sat down at the kitchen table for breakfast. Make sure that we get our weight up because we are pretty underweight. With the underweight trait making me prone to injury and affecting my strength and endurance, gaining weight was crucial to alleviating these issues. What else do we have here? We can do some morning reading, I guess. By 4:50 a.m., it was still too dark and early to go outside, so I spent time reading. I learned how to craft shivs from one book and another taught me scrap armor crafting. I kept munching on more food as I read through a few magazines. A noise nearby got my attention. It was like somebody entered the house. And I grabbed my lacrosse stick to investigate. Hello? I checked the living room and coat closet, then went outside to pinpoint the source. Who's making all that noise? It turned out to be a zombie banging on the boarded up kitchen window. I took it down with my lacrosse stick. Can't you see I'm trying to have a nice relaxing morning? As I was heading back inside through the backyard, I spotted a raider beyond the fence in the neighboring yard. What the hell is causing all that noise? Oh, a raider. I tried to get a closer look, but ended up attracting a backyard zombie, which I quickly took care of. While observing the raider, another zombie from the next yard approached me through the hedges. I took care of it, then watched the raider take down a zombie before disappearing into a house. I then headed to my shed and found an empty gas can on the shelves. Ooh, empty gas can, that's pretty good. Which was amazing, because now I could siphon gasoline for a vehicle. I can make a spear. I also crafted a spear from a plank and improved it by attaching a letter opener, making it a more effective weapon. I found a ball-peen hammer in a metal storage cabinet. A hammer. Oh, I need this. Essential for crafting. Back inside, I refilled my canteen in the kitchen sink, then went to the garage to revise my day's plan on the map. This is bad. Safe houses are good. Check out the other areas. I opened the garage door and stepped outside, where I encountered a raider armed with a wrench. Oh, another raider. Hey, 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 hey. Give me your stuff. I drew my rifle and demanded they drop their loot. They ignored my demands and kept approaching. Instead of complying, they walked away, only to be attacked by a zombie. They ran back, leading the zombie straight towards me. I quickly turned around and killed it with my lacrosse stick. Then I approached the raider again. With my rifle aimed at them, the raider raised their hands in surrender. Suddenly, a zombie blindsided them, biting them from behind. The raider, in a panic, pushed me towards the approaching zombie. I quickly spun around and squared up. As I turned back, I saw the raider still trying to attack me, so I led the zombie to them. I took the opportunity to grab the items they had dropped earlier. Just in time, I watched the raider get bitten again. They tried once more to shove me towards the zombie, but this time they failed. Deciding to stand back, I watched as the zombie continued to attack the raider, landing another bite. Eventually, the raider managed to escape, and I took that moment to finish off the zombie myself. After ensuring that the zombie was down, I headed to the house next door to clear out any other threats. Inside, I encountered another zombie, which I took down with my lacrosse stick. Whoa! I found another one banging on the back door and dealt with that one too. With the house cleared, I stepped back outside and saw the raider again. They were unarmed and likely severely injured from the bites. I won't kill you. I'll let you live. I decided to ignore them, hoping that I wouldn't regret that decision later. I will lock the door though. Back at my safe house, I started unloading all my gear onto a metal rack in the garage. This would be my temporary storage for the extra can of food and other supplies. I marked on my map where I was storing the food. There it is. As I was leaving the garage, I noticed the raider lurking around my safe house again. I chose to ignore them once more and headed down the street to another house. Interesting. In the garage, I found some wood glue, useful for repairs. Ooh, glue. And in a pile of garbage, a drug pipe. You never know when you might need to smoke some crack. Suddenly, the raider from yesterday, whom I robbed and taken the lacrosse stick from, appeared again. Oh, hey, what's going on? They limped towards me. I stepped out of the garage, drew my rifle, and ordered them to leave. Get out of here. They ran off, but then another raider appeared behind them. This new raider approached me aggressively, wielding a cooking pot as a weapon. I aimed my rifle at them, and after a tense standoff, convinced them to go away. Get the hell out of here. I went back into the house they had come from and headed to the kitchen. There, I found some chips, more canned food, and soda. Then I refilled my camping canteen. Digging through another pile of garbage, I discovered a bag of chocolate and a magazine with instructions on crafting makeshift axes. I found some fresh pizza on the living room floor and picked up a TV magazine from the bookshelf. Feeling overwhelmed by the day's events, I read to calm my nerves. Finally, I headed upstairs to check the rest of the house. I continued my search upstairs and found another brick of chocolate tucked inside a nightstand. Chocolate! In the bathroom, I discovered more painkillers and a dance magazine on how to salsa. Finding some clean jeans on the bed, I changed out of my blood and guts stained pants. I then decided to wash up, cleaning both myself and my clothes in the bathroom to get rid of the dirt and blood. After clearing the house, I left with a can of potatoes, eating as I walked out the front door. But a zombie suddenly attacked me as I exited. I turned around, pulled out my spear, and stabbed it repeatedly. Back at my safe house, I entered through the garage and placed the newly found loot on the shelves, adding to my growing stockpile of supplies. Suddenly, the raider I'd encountered before burst in through the open garage door, now armed with a lacrosse stick. Whoa! Surprised, I quickly drew my rifle and aimed it at them. They ran out immediately, slamming the garage door shut behind them. Instead of pursuing them outside, I decided to check inside the house. I could still hear them nearby. They might have re-entered through the front door. Rifle in hand, I went through the laundry room and found the raider waiting outside. I used the butt of my rifle to beat them until they raised their hands in surrender. Are you serious? Realizing there was another raider inside my safe house, I decided that I wasn't going to be nice anymore. I pulled out my spear and repeatedly stabbed them. As I yelled for them to get out, they scrambled up and fled. I then checked the kitchen and the shed to see if the other raider was still around. Finding no one, I went upstairs and systematically checked every room. No sign of anyone. With the raiders gone, I focused on organizing my belongings. I brought down 2 bags from the second floor and added them to the loot in the garage. Given the raider activity in the area, I began reloading the magazines for the pistols I had found, knowing I might need a permanent solution. By 7:20 p.m., I was back upstairs in one of the bedrooms. I looked out the window towards the backyard one last time. Then I laid down on the bed and smoked some from a pipe to relax and ease my anxiety and depression. At 8:50 p.m., I decided it was time to call it a day. We're gonna go to sleep now, marking the end of an intense second day. Good night!
hey, hey, hey. Swing, shift, jive, will nurse survive. Zipping through zombies in high gear dives. Cocaine buzz, raiders fuss. In a crack house, wondering what the fuck. Rat-a-tat-tat, gunfire echoes in the night. But I'll keep moving, won't lose sight. Dodging bullets with a wink and a smile. In this twisted world, I'll go the extra mile. Deadbeats and hustlers all around, but in this chaos I won't be bound. I'll take what I want and leave the rest. In this dog-eat-dog world, I'm the best. I woke up in a crack house today, naked and afraid.